Welcome to the Burrillville School Committee regular meeting, November 1st, 2016, 6:30 PM, Burrillville High School Media Center, 425 East Avenue, Harrisville, Rhode Island, 02830. Members present, all with the exception of Ms. Alex Leclerc. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and when we're done, please remain standing.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'd like to have a moment of silence, if we could, for Mr. Richard Rouleau. He was the Assistant Facilities Manager in our school system for quite some time. Thank you. And also Miss Olive Curvasi. She was a longtime elementary teacher in our system. Thank you.
Mrs. Corvasi was my 8th grade teacher.
Wow.
Recognition? None. Item 3, consent agenda.
Motion to approve the consent agenda, which includes minutes of regular meeting dated October 4th, 2016, of which I read, and the executive meeting dated October 19th, 2016, and the school warrant for the month of October dated November 1st, 2016, for a grand total expenditures of $7,906.62, and to award the bid for the door replacement project to Martone Services Company Incorporated in the amount of $20,900, and to award the bid for the electrical project to Nolan Electric, North Situate, Rhode Island, in the amount of $16,070.
Second, and I would like to abstain from the vote on the executive meeting of October the 19th.
I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes, the warrants, invoices, and bids. All, discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And you can please note. And note for Dottie and note for Alex.
Here you go.
Abstaining. And Alex is. She was here for,
Sorry. Got held up at work.
Yes.
And I'd like to abstain from the vote for the October 4th meeting.
Thank you. Item 4, presentations by the public to the school committee. None. Item 5, public comment. Anyone wishing to speak to the school committee? Hearing none. Item 6, personnel. Appointments, leaves of absence, retirements, resignations.
Make a motion to approve the leave of absence of Stephanie Bruckman, grade 1 teacher at Levy School, on or about 12/2/16 through the end of the 2016-17 school year. And Sarah Brayton, grade 4 teacher at Stair Farm Elementary, on or about 12/19/16 through 4/24/16.
Second.
Excuse me?
Excuse me, I see a mistake that I made. That should be through 17, April 24, 17.
17,
Apologies.
4/24/17.
Have a motion with amended date and a second?
Second.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye. Okay. Motion to approve the following appointments. George Dupree, custodian, second shift. William L. Callahan, effective 11/2/16, step 1 of the contract. Erin Cahill, Bella lead teacher at Burrillville High School, and $35 an hour, up to 5 hours per week. The rest are Bella at Burrillville High School, and their amounts would be $35 an hour, up to 4 hours a week, and they would include Joshua Goodwin, Tara Staples, Charlene Chevret, Jennifer Thibodeau, Lisa Gads, and Catherine Fleming. Also, Catherine Fleming Hauser, I stand corrected. Ashley Grenka, Molly Gouvier.
Second. I'm sorry, I recall.
I think that's appropriate, given the 4-hour
Yeah, the 4-hour.
bracket, so
Oh, all
we
right.
could maybe,
Okay, well, we didn't do the one person for the 5-hour bracket. We did, separately? Okay.
Continue?
Motion and a second? Motion and a second.
Got it, yeah.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Terry Robinson, approve the Terry Robinson Bella program at Burrillville Middle School, $35 an hour, up to 3 hours a week. Eric Tupper, Saturday Bella program as well, Burrillville Middle School, $35 an hour, up to 3 hours a week. And Lisa Belanger, Saturday Bella program, Middle School, $35 an hour, up to 3 hours per week.
second?
Motion second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the following appointment: Charlene Chevret, Yearbook Advisor, $1,800 shared. Dana Brusini, also Yearbook Advisor, $1,800 shared. Megan Taylor, Freshman Class Advisor, $800 shared. Sandra Schutz, Freshman Class Advisor, $800 shared. Kevin Cash, Theater Director, $2,000 shared. Ashley Grenza, Theater Director, $2,000 shared. Molly Gouvier, Theater Director, $2,000 shared. And Ryan McNulty, Debate Club, $400.
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, athletic appointment for Patrick O'Connor, wrestling coach at the Burrillville Middle School, for $1,300, pending receipt of appropriate paperwork.
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 7, old business, fiscal year 17 BSD budget update.
Motion to open.
Second?
Motion to open in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Is there anything we should know about, or does any committee members have questions on this? Nothing to report. Okay, no vote needed. Fiscal year 17 rink budget update.
Motion to open.
Second?
Motion open in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Item 8, superintendent's report. None this month. Item 9, administrators' reports.
Motion to approve and accept the administrator's reports with thanks, barring any questions or comments from the committee.
Just have a,
Second.
Motion is second, discussion?
I just have a couple comments to make. First off, I know our student rep isn't here this month, but I just wanted to thank her and the whole high school student council for inviting us to take part in homecoming. I really enjoyed that whole day. On that theme, I wanted to congratulate all the performers at the talent show this year. We have some really talented students, and I enjoyed seeing that. And then lastly, we have another state championship team. So congrats to the unified volleyball team here at the high school. They just won the Rhode Island Division 4 state championship on Sunday night, so congrats.
Excellent.
Awesome. Any other discussion?
One question. The picture of the unified team, the girls volleyball unified team, there are two different, it looks like there are two different uniforms. Will they be getting one uniform?
Can I answer that question? So in that picture, there's the girls' volleyball team, and then there's the unified team. So it's two separate teams. They had pink out games the same day, so they came together for one giant photo.
So there's two separate teams within this team?
Yes.
Right.
So there's a unified team, and then there's the girls' varsity and junior varsity team as well. So two separate teams.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Correspondence, communications. Sure. Ms. St. Pierre?
Is it okay to stay here?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I have been approached by parents who are interested in having a buddy system for their kids, and these kids are basically the kids in special ed classrooms. And it's similar to the unified program, only it's a buddy program that will extend at home and extend maybe after school, people graduate from school, and hopefully extend into their working lives. One of the programs that they showed me was this Best Buddies program, and apparently there are some schools within Rhode Island that are involved in it. There is also another school, I went to the Special Ed Advisory Committee, the last one that they had, and they had someone there who's from Milford School System, and he is running the Best Buddies program in the Milford High School. And he says he's got about 30-something students in it. The school, I think, has, 2,000 students altogether, and this is kind of what his baby, and he really loves what's going on. They had, the Burrillville people were saying the buddy system, they haven't agreed on a name yet, right? And it's basically paired with regular ed kids as friends. And they'd like to start with the unified program first and have those kids become involved. It's almost be like a club where they would meet. Basically, they would start meeting about 15 minutes a week and describe events that are coming up. There would be events like dances or movie nights or sports nights. The major goal is to get the kids have friendships, to get those special ed kids and regular ed kids together so that there are very strong bonds, friendship bonds that are people in the school are encouraging, and it would actually go beyond their school lives and keep going. They feel that there's a need for maybe a couple of advisors within the school that would help to get this started. And this program right here, this Best Buddies program is basically encouraging or works on one-to-one friendships, integrated employment, and leadership development for these students that go on and on and on. So, I don't know if I thought they
That's
would
your
be
first
here.
communication?
This is the first communication with the parents.
Communication.
First
So-
one was they approached me. The second one was that I went to the Special Ed Advisory
And this
Committee.
is your first communication for this evening, because you said you have two.
Yes.
Right, so that's your
Yes.
first one. So we could entertain a motion to receive and file, and if you'd like, the
So
school
moved.
committee.
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The second one was a program that I had gone to in September, and it's called Educational and Employment Opportunities of the Future. It was sponsored by the School Committee of Rhode Island. My notes, I'll go through them in a minute.
I saw your notes, they were inside the booklet. There you go.
It was CCRI got a grant in 2014. They received it from the U.S. Department of Labor, Employment, and Training to bring together educators and employers and workforce development leaders. Their goal was to better prepare and train students for careers in growing industries. Basically, CCRI was concerned with Rhode Island. The forum that I went to focused on in-demand industries, and the people who were there, present, and presenting were from the construction industry, the defense industry, healthcare, hospitality, information technology, marine trades, manufacturing, and tourism. And each one of them had a presentation to make. The hospitality and tourism people basically are offering training opportunities for students who are in school, basically high school students. They also talked about middle school students, these people did. And then there was even mention of elementary students getting exposure to this. The defense people, Homeland Security, sorry, her name was Molly Donahue McGee, and she's executive director of Sendia. And basically, she said that they have high school students who work shadow people. She basically comes from Real Jobs, Rhode Island, and has alliances with middle schools and high schools. Undersea technology is what students work with in her program, and it's something that's called Sea Perch, and it's an undersea vehicle, and students actually build it within the high school, which is really neat. The marine trades, they have high school projects. They also give out teacher externships. Healthcare, there's a program called the Stepping Up Program, which I'm not too familiar with, but this was a big deal. Construction, Building and Futures, Apprenticeship Rhode Island. They have pre-apprenticeships, and they have ninth grade exploratory programs. The information technology people, they have on-the-job learning. They have a tech collective, which is career awareness in middle school and high school. And Bryant University is having a IT career fair in January of 2017 that I believe teachers and students are going to be invited to. The manufacturing person who did the presentation, he said manufacturing is not dead in Rhode Island. He said there are 40,000 manufacturing jobs in Rhode Island as of right now. What they will do for students is they will go into middle schools and high schools and do talks about their program. They also have a video from the Rhode Island Manufacturing Association. It is on the CCRI website, and basically it's a video on advanced manufacturing as far as what the future's going to be. Now, in conclusion, they said, what do we need? Well, they have tours for schools where students can go into their facilities and tour. They also need to build exposure in programs basically early on in elementary all through high school. Programs are in existence and we need to get to them, meaning students and teachers need to get to them. And teachers need to teach students how to attend career fairs. I guess they were saying that children didn't come from these career fairs with much information. So I think they need to, basically this is what they were saying. And they need also, I guess society needs to break down the stigmas as far as for example, in nursing and manufacturing, where students come out of college or high school and they don't want to go in manufacturing. Well, manufacturing is not what it used to be. It's not, grunt work. It's basically they're going to need to have lots of skills. There are some people that are, this was attended by teachers, guidance teachers, principals, and superintendents. And, the Apprenticeship Rhode Island poster that I have is basically a program, and it can be used with high school students, not so much elementary or middle school. And basically they have apprenticeships in probably about 20 areas of all kinds of things, like not just manufacturing. So that is there, that's available. And Paul Williams at RIDE is the person to contact to get more information and to get this going in our school system.
Great, thank you very much. I'll accept the motion to receive and file.
So moved.
Second?
Motion and a second, discussion, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
I only have one communication, and that is congratulations, the Broncos clinched Division III-B title, and they're on their way to the Super Bowl.
Very nice.
Item 12, new business. Proposal, Eccleston Fieldhouse renovation dedication, John M. Kamarza. Mike, just the mic a little closer so we
Oh,
can hear
okay.
you.
You need I don't think we need a motion to open on this. Yes, if you remember a little while ago when we were dedicating the baseball field, the backstop, I had questioned if we could add with Mr. Ducharme or at least have it investigated. And that was done, and a suggestion was made that the field house is going to be completed. I believe, Mr. Fonz isn't in here, but I believe the end of next year, the renovations or refurbishment is supposed to be completed. And I thought, being a living legend, underlining the word living, he's an asset definitely to our town, has been for years. And so I thought maybe we could dedicate, I didn't say changing the name of the field house or anything, but probably it's refurbishment, either with some type of a plaque, and to do it, most awards this way are done posthumously. This way here we have the actual recipient with us. I met with him this summer at an event, and he was quite proud of the fact that he reached a milestone in his years as a student in Burrillville and as a teacher and coach in Burrillville High School, and administrative years, and his years of subbing during his retirement. He reached a milestone of 75 years of service to the town. And one thing that really struck out when I talked with him is that he said, I'll go different places, and you get into the discussion of kids, children, and what. And the kids of today, and he said there are no better kids than the kids of Burrillville. And he was very, very strong. He had very strong feelings about that. They're all good kids. He said, I've been and I've subbed, he said, at all levels. And he said, I'll tell you, the Burrillville kids are the best. So he's a strong advocate, and so it was a consideration. I'm just asking for consideration to the committee, in that essence, to dedicate the field house.
Well, customarily in this situation, you would dedicate the renovations of the building.
Right.
Mr. Ducharme's name. And with that dedication, you have bronze plaque. We have one at the Callahan School when we did the renovations there.
Mm-hmm.
And bronze plaque would,
God bless you.
dedicate the renovations to Mr. Ducharme, and it also would list the presenters. The school committee would be the presenters, and so the plaque would be dedicating the renovations to Mr. Ducharme with the school committee members as. So I think that it's a good idea, and I think that we should ask Dr. Pilata to research that, and so I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to
Forward to Dr. Pilata for his recommendation, and of course.
moved.
Second?
Motion and a second, further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Next item, proposal, Staff Appreciation Night, John M. Kamarza.
My show tonight. On the same sense, years ago, under a former superintendent and chair, which was Mary Kamarza, they had an appreciation night for the all staff, certified and non-certified, for years of service in the system. I believe we also did the Teacher of the Year award at that same evening. It was held over in the middle school. The director of the school lunch program at the time put the whole thing on for us. She did a wonderful job. Meals were excellent, with some help from students to serve, and so I don't know how that would work. I think our teachers are dedicated, our staff, not just the teachers. I mean, you go around, see when when you look at the cleanliness of the buildings, you know, there's a lot of hard work in there. When you see aides working with kids and, you know, the assistants and things like that, as well as the teachers, they're all dedicated, hard-working, and it's to show appreciation, you know, for the years of service. Now, we did it, I think it was, I'm trying to remember, 20, 25, 30 years. I think you remember, Sylvia, something like that. And again, the years could be worked out if they wanted different. It didn't have to be a meal. It could be hors d'oeuvres and cheese and crackers, whatever. So I was just asking the committee's indulgence of having the superintendent research and just see if it is feasible. Something that has to be done this year. If not this year, maybe something could be added to next year's budget if the committee felt they wanted to go that way after hearing the results of the research.
Well, because it's such a big undertaking, and we're probably too late in the year.
Yeah.
For this fiscal year, so it'll be
Right.
for the next fiscal year.
Mhm.
But because it's such a big undertaking and, you know, a lot of questions
Right.
on logistics and years of service,
Right.
annual event, or who's going to organize and coordinate, and of course, the funding section of it. It might be to our advantage to establish an appreciations subcommittee that could kind of coordinate the efforts and kind of put all these questions in a row that could come back to the full committee and say, this is what we've come up with. Dr. Plot and Robin could have had a handle on it, and of course a subcommittee. And, you know, there might be other things, maybe even your next item, that could be included in an appreciation subcommittee.
Right.
So I think at this time, without wanting to speak for Dr. Pilata not being here,
Right.
if you wouldn't mind tabling it to the next meeting with the follow-up idea of creating an appreciation subcommittee.
No problem with that.
I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to table to next meeting.
Second?
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next item, proposal, school bus employees appreciation. John M. Kamaj.
Appreciation night. Same thing, on the same note, our bus drivers, our monitors, work very hard. I don't know if I could do what they do. They travel those back roads of the town, as well as the main roads, and through all kinds of weather and conditions, and carry that precious cargo safely to and from school. And I think that's, you know, quite a feat. And so I thought maybe, again, I would ask the superintendent to look at the feasibility of some coffee and donuts, just this, you know, probably once, to show our appreciation.
So I'll entertain a motion to table to next meeting.
So moved.
So
Second.
Dr. Pilata's had a chance to review.
Fine. Okay, thank you for your
Motion and a
consideration.
second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank the committee. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Good ideas.
Great ideas.
Next item, approve homeschool applications.
Motion to approve homeschool applications as presented.
Second.
Motion is second. Discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Committee on agenda items? Hearing none. Pending issues, five-year facilities assessment, building committee? None this evening. Item 15.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Two motions, 2 seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
6:58.
Thank you very much.